Hello guys and welcome back to a brand new video on my channel. In today's video we are going to be taking a look at Chelsea's month of March that is coming up. It's another massive one. I did one of these for December and it's basically a preview of the month to come, going through game by game, talking a little bit about it, what we can expect, what we need more importantly, and basically what is to come over the next 30 or so days for Chelsea Football Club. We're going to be going through it all. There are some massive games coming up. It's really time for Lampard, the boys, to get with it. We need to start winning games. I can't really stress it enough. We really do. We are only just in top 4 right now by the skin of our teeth, and with some big wins this month, we really can secure that spot. Honestly, guys, believe me. But we know we haven't been good at that. Every time we really want to win a game, we haven't really been winning it. That's been a massive shame. And it's often been to opposition who we really should be beating. We've got to change that this month, in my opinion. We've got some massive games coming up. Really, the squad needs to get together. It really needs to get better and also fitter, in my opinion. We need desperately players back from injury, really, in my opinion. If we are actually going to be able to compete, we can't keep going into games with Barkley, Mount, Pedro as the starting players. It cannot happen. We need Pulisic back. We need Willian in the fold. We need Hudson-Odoi in there. We need Tammy Abraham back. We need N'Golo Kante back. And unfortunately, it's not looking good. We're really going to have to chip in together right now, guys, because Chelsea have got some big ones. And if we do start with the game coming up tonight on the 3rd of March, it's Chelsea at home to Liverpool in the FA Cup 5th round. Basically, guys, probably the worst tie we could have got in a competition that we do want to go far in a competition that we certainly want to see what we can do in. It's really, really not a good draw, guys. It isn't. It's not ideal at all. And, you know, you'd probably think the only one really worse than this would be Liverpool at Anfield. Let's be honest with ourselves. So we've been done up a little bit here. You know, draws, I don't know if they're good or bad to us sometimes. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Today, though, and on this occasion, we have got a pretty bad draw. Liverpool, it's not ideal. It's not going to be a pleasant game. And it's not really what we wanted to in order to progress. In my opinion, it's going to be a super tough game. I think no matter the lineup Liverpool put out, they are going to challenge us. It's not going to be, you know, that under-18 side that they always have been putting out in the past. I think that is almost confirmed. There are going to be players, I think, like Van Dijk, Robertson, you know, Fabinho's going to be in there, James Milner, maybe even like Naby Keita, Oxlade-Chamberlain, Minamino, Origi. It's going to be, you know, more like a Liverpool second-string side. But then again, Chelsea are also, you know, pretty weak on numbers right now. Lampard said he's probably going to go as strong as we can, but as strong as we can right now is pretty much worse than Liverpool's, like, second team. So I don't think we're really favourites for this one. I think everyone else would agree with that, but I really want to progress through the cup, and I think it's going to be a massive confidence boost to the team at Stamford Bridge under the lights. Please, Chelsea, go and get a win. But if there was probably one of the games that we could afford to lose this month, I suppose it's this one. I do want a cup run. I do want to see what we can do in this FA Cup, hopefully in that lovely 1970s kit of ours. But we have got games against the likes of Everton and Villa coming up, as we'll get on to, that I would also really like to win. But what a good opportunity to pick up a nice win against Liverpool, guys, at Stamford Bridge. You know, they will be weakened, as will we, like I mentioned, but I think Liverpool, you know, they'll have maybe players who aren't that familiar playing with each other, so that could come into our, you know, into our hand and play into our hand quite nicely. I hope we do manage to progress in that one, guys. It's going to be a good game, though. And then looking over to the weekend, guys, it's Chelsea at home to Everton. It's a sort of game that, well, it looks like we're destined to drop points in. I'm not going to lie, guys. It really does. They've got dangerous attackers. They've just got a good squad. And it isn't really looking good, but just because our team, it isn't actually that good right now. But it's another one of those games that if we are losing, or if we are dropping points in, then teams are just going to keep on whisking up points beneath us. And really, guys, we've got to be careful. We really have. You know, we're not winning games consistently. And this Everton game, I'm just pleading for 3 points, literally on my knees for it, guys. We really need these 3 points. And let's be honest, guys, if we're looking at it now, they don't look likely at all. You know, it's probably, you know, like 30% chance we're going to get this victory, and that hurts right now as a Chelsea fan. I think you guys will agree. We're coming into games, and we're almost knowing what's going to happen. You know, we know we're going to have a decent amount of chances. We know that the opposition are going to hurt us. We know that we're going to concede some set pieces, and it's just not good enough right now. It really is quite a frustrating time to be a Chelsea fan in this transitional year. We all understand that. Well, I think most of us realistic fans do. You know, there are some people who don't seem to understand that in their head, which I find a little bit ridiculous. But you know, of course, we have gone easy on the team this year. We have let them do, you know, almost whatever they want in the league, and of course we've overachieved, I think it's fair to say. But now that we're in this such a great opportunity, guys, to get top 4 with how much we've had against us this season, ahead of the likes of United, Spurs, Arsenal, Wolves, Sheffield, even Everton, all of these teams beneath us, what a great achievement that would be. We beat Everton on a Sunday, we really put ourselves in the hat. Every single win in this league is so massive. Chelsea now, I mean, for the past 2 months have been going from just winning 2 games in the last 2 months, and we're still in top 4. So that's really how easy it is. We've beaten Burnley, we've beaten Spurs, and that's really been enough for us. And I think that says it all, really. And that's just in the last 2 months alone. So you don't actually need to do that much to just stay in the top 4. And say Chelsea get a win against Everton, then we're going to put ourselves in a good position. Please, Chelsea, go out and get those 3 points. I think it's going to be a tough one, but let's see what we can do and hope that we get some players back. And then in around a week's time or 6 days, we are going to be travelling to Aston Villa. They are a team in a bit of jeopardy right now. We definitely can hurt them. Their defence, it isn't good. I watched them against Spurs recently. They do give you opportunities. That should play into Chelsea's favour, in my opinion. I'm also expecting some players back for Chelsea. I think that would be a good date to set for, the likes of Pulisic maybe to come back into the team. Same for Willian, maybe even Tammy Abraham. And also, guys, Loftus-Cheek. I think these are the sort of games that Loftus can start getting involved in, and that would really give us a big boost, because if not, we're just playing weakened and weakened and weakened sides every single week, and we won't get anywhere with that, as is being proven, I think, over the last couple of weeks and games. The squad is struggling, and Aston Villa at their home, they'll be bouncing, they'll be up for this one. I think they'll really want to take a scalp here, and they'll probably also smell blood with us, guys. We've often come into these sorts of games and have dropped points this season, as have a lot of the top 6, if I'm being honest. They nearly got something against Spurs. They'd fancy themselves to get something against us. It's down to us, guys, to put in a solid defensive performance, really take control of that game, and then score when we get the chance on the counter-attack. That's what we've got to be doing, guys. Being really efficient in attack. Just gobble up those 3 points, take them away. And if we're beating Everton, if we're beating Villa, we're going to be in such a great spot. And yet we also know, as Chelsea fan guys, that is literally impossible to happen this season. It just hasn't gone like that. We haven't won back-to-back games since, I think it's November. It could even be October, guys. It's not a pleasant stat. We just don't win back-to-back. We're likely maybe to draw one and lose one of those games. That's not good enough. We need to be winning both if we want top 4. And at the end of the day, by the end of this month, Chelsea really could be out of that top 4 and in a pretty dangerous situation. I'm not going to lie. But Chelsea now, that is why these sorts of games, win them. Please, if you want Champions League football next season, if you really prove it, then go ahead and win these games. They're absolutely massive. Villa at Villa Park, that's going to be a tough one. Chelsea, go and get those 3 points. Show Villa that they are a weak side. They are likely to get relegated. We'll go and exploit their weaknesses then. That's what I say. Chelsea, make it happen. And then we face that dreaded trip to Bayern Munich on the 18th of March. And honestly, guys, is anyone else dreading this game? I just don't want it. I think it's going to hurt the squad morale a bit more. I think Bayern are going to give us another absolute beating. 4-5, 6-0, I'm thinking, guys. And I've been thinking, shall we just straight up rest for this game? I think it all depends on the fixture after, which I'll get to in just a moment. It's quite a complicated one to get through. But for this Bayern game, should we really just rest? I think, well, no matter what lineup we play, we're going to get battered. And then another part of me thinks that's not the mentality to have. We're Chelsea Football Club. If we want to be a good club, don't just, completely bend over against these sorts of sides. Don't move to one side. Go ahead and give them a game. And I think if we do get enough of our good players back, if we have Pulisic in the lineup, Mason Mount working hard up there, the likes of Tammy Abraham, maybe even N'Golo Kante back in the midfield, then why not? Why not go and not necessarily turn the tie around, but why not maybe snatch a win by 1 goal? Maybe, draw the game, maybe only lose by 1 goal, but have the large share of chances. I don't know, guys. I'm split about this one. Either way, I'm not really looking forward to it. That's, again, like the Liverpool game, it's not been a pleasant draw for us, really, in the Champions League, has it? Bayern Munich, probably the favourites right now. They look so good, and they ran over our young team, guys. We've struggled against most Prem sides, never mind a team of Bayern Munich's quality, and I think at the end of the day, I was quite happy that we only lost 3-0, and it wasn't, a 5-1 or a 7-2 battering that other clubs have been suffering, because it can happen against sides like Bayern Munich. They really do punish you. And then, guys, we face an interesting weekend, because it's actually a game that we may not be playing. Right now, in our schedule, it's Chelsea at home to Manchester City on the 21st of March. But that is not a confirmed fixture. In fact, if either Chelsea or Manchester City progress in the FA Cup, then there will indeed be an FA Cup game that weekend. Now, Chelsea, if we beat Liverpool, will have a game. If City win, they'll have a game in the FA Cup again that weekend, which will mean, obviously, that game won't be played. But say Chelsea go out to Liverpool, which is an option, and say City go through, then of course that game cannot be played. So Chelsea, will basically be not playing that game against Manchester City because of the fact that we didn't progress. And that's going to also mean if City don't progress and we do, then of course that game isn't going to be played. So the only way this game against City gets played here on the 21st is if neither Chelsea nor Manchester City progress. And I think that's highly unlikely. I think at least City are going to go through. They really do dominate the English Cups, especially under Guardiola. So, yeah. I would say that. I also think Chelsea got a chance of going through against Liverpool. So it's either likely to be, in Chelsea's point of view, it'll either be a cup game here, it'll either be nothing here, or it'll either be this game against Manchester City. So 3 probabilities there. It could either be Bayern Munich, then straight into an international break, or it could be City, then into international break, or it could be, an FA Cup game, which, I mean, we're all hoping for, of course. We want to progress tonight. We want that FA Cup game instead of the City one today, and we'll be having to play Manchester City at a later date. I hope you guys understood that. And basically, that's what concludes Chelsea's month, guys. We've got no more fixtures after that. It will be international break. When we come back, we've got West Ham away. And actually, in April, guys, I may do a preview. We've got winnable games. We've got games that can secure us top 4. I will say that now. I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping the Blues can pull something out of the bag here. We've got big moments in our season coming up. Make them count, Chelsea. Anyway, guys, I'm going to see you all later. I hope you did enjoy this style of video. If you did, drop a like. Leave me all, thoughts, predictions for this sort of month coming up. I think it could be, a tricky one. I also think it's one to definitely exploit. You look at Liverpool at home, we can beat them if they weaken their side enough. I think we can. We've got Everton at home. We have to win this game, honestly, I think. And the same goes for Villa away. And then the Bayern Munich is almost a free hit, like I mentioned. And then maybe even another FA Cup game. Or if not, it's City. Again, almost a free hit. Give what you got. So, Chelsea, interesting month coming up. I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. And yeah, that's all from me today. I'll see you guys all later. And goodbye.